What's up, guys? This is Team Uberman's here, and this is Stelio Quintos with Shadow Paladins.
Is that my new name? I was not aware.
Well, when you come into the tournament, you might as well play the song.
I demand this now. So this is going to be a Vortimer deck profile, since, in my opinion, Vortimer takes the most advantage of the Fire Sculpture support.
He does.
So first and foremost, start a Creeping Dark Goat, because you always want to ride Vortimer, and early game, Soul is a little bit of a noise if you don't draw to him. So Creeping Dark Goat guarantees that even if you don't draw in the whole early game, or you have to ride him, you still have enough Soul to do all your turns early, all your big turns early game, and also have Soul for your next play, for your turn 2. So Creeping Dark Goat, play it. 4 Whirlwind of Darkness, Vortimer Diablo. GB2 skill, we stride a unit, a G unit with Diablo in its name. Kill off 1, call a great 1, it gets plus 3 gate power. And if you had tried this asshole, then you call another one. So plus 2. Too late, they never stopped me. On ride skill, counter with Soul Blast 1, call a great 1 from deck. It's a pretty good effect. It's really good on ride. It allows a little bit of pressure. GB2 is ridiculous because you thin on your deck like instantly. So with G Guard, this is a little bit more effective because once you stride, if you went first, if you G Guardian and then stride, you're taking out like 3 cards from your deck or possibly more. And then by the time you try to Duke again, you have like no other cards in the deck but triggers. So you can go through a lot of your deck really quickly with G Guardians in this deck. 4 Blessed Dark Diablo, not a bad ride, not preferred, but if you have to ride him, it doesn't hurt you too bad. GB2 skill, discard, whenever you discard a card, discard to a G unit with Blaster in its card name. So basically 1 or 2. It's free. You don't have to discard anything. You don't have to discard any.
Discard again.
It gets plus 3 grade.
0.
So, and then if you stride into him in particular, then you can retire 1 reroll. So it's a pretty good effect. Black Chain Flame Dance Formation Hoel. So his effect is when a Great One is placed on rear with Diablo Vanguard, he gives the Vanguard and himself plus 3k power. Then if you were to call Black Chain fucking this asshole, pretty much, then you soul touch 1 and flip 1. So he builds soul for other effects in the deck, and he also unflips damage, so it's really, really effective. It stacks, so the more Great Ones you call, as long as he's on the board, the bigger he gets. It's really easy for him to get overpowered, and he makes for giant columns in this deck. 4 Dark Saga Painter, because you have to, mostly, but if you have Diablo Vanguard, it loses 1 grade in the deck, so it costs a great 1 in deck. And when it's placed on rear, draw 1, discard 1 as GB1. So it's a good effect. The other effects are right, but the being a great 1 in deck is the most important thing. That means that on your first turn ride in the Vortimer, you can actually just call this from deck, because it's not a GB effect. So you can just get a free grade 2. It's really good. 2 Dark Knight Maiden Maka. It helps you get the great ones out of deck, helps you get more columns, more effective rear guards, make them a little bigger. It's really good. 1 Blackwing Swordbreaker. When it's called from deck placed on rear, so last one draw a card. It's free. 3 Pitch Black Sage Charon. The first effect is when it's placed on rear, reveal a grade 3, search for a Blaster Dark Diablo, discard a card from hand. Not the important effect. The important effect is when you have a Blaster Vanguard, this card counts as 2 units when it's retired. So this makes effects like his effect free. This is free. It just makes all your costs a little bit more manageable.
Or guys, it becomes plus.
Yeah, it becomes a kill 1, draw 2, which is amazing. 3 Stride Fighter, because it's more effective, a little bit easier to get it. You can still call it from deck. Even if you don't use it for a Stride Fight, you can call it from deck and make it as a great 1. So it doesn't hurt you. 4 Caden. It's probably the best grade 1 in the deck. Black Chain Spirit Dance Formation Caden. When it's sent to the drop zone for the cost of an effect, it gives your Vanguard plus 5k, and then against the Vanguard, the effect, if they hit, you can call 1 great 1 from deck. If you have Hoel in rear when you call that great 1 gets plus 5k power. So it makes for Duke turns you a little more threatening, which is really good. 4 Perfect Guards, because Perfect Guards.
And the unflip.
Just to have more Counter Blast. You can kind of manage Counter Blast in this deck, but it's nice to have the option. I run 2 draws just in case, because things go wrong very quickly.
No howl?
I like her art better. I'm biased. 4 Stand. His effect is pretty good. When you retire for a cost, it counts as 2. And then if he's if you retire, if you send a rear guard to the drop zone for a cost, he goes back into the deck. So it's free. It's like Charon. Only difference, you can't call it from deck via any of your Vortimer effects. So you have to have it in your hand. But it's a good option because then you can weasel around certain effects. 6 crit because damage is nice and I like to deal it. 4 heal because G Guardians and not dying. And for strides, first and foremost, we play 2 Dark Dragon Special Blaster Diablo because it's like the best the best stride in the fucking deck. Soul Blast 1, go any card from your G zone and retire 1 of my rear guards. Then he gets the effect at GB3. Counter Blast 2 at the end of battle, he attacks, retire 2 rear guards, he restands. But he loses 1 drive check. He loses 2 drive checks, I'm sorry. So he goes from a 2 drive to a single drive check, which still, you know, it's not amazing, but it's functional because the rest of his cost is pretty free. And if you have a Diablo Vanguard, when you play the first cost of Soul Blast 1 and kill 1, you can call 1 Grade 1 from deck. So you can keep spamming Grade 1s and making Howell larger just for striding until using effective ones. One of the new guy, Dark Dragon Distress Dragon. Counter Blast 3, Soul Blast 3. Choose a face-up card from G zone, turn to face up, and then I can retire any number of my rear guards on the field, and my opponents retire that many. Then if they retire 3, I believe... Oh, sorry, if the overall retired units is 6 or more, then I counter charge 1 and I soul charge 1, and then he gets plus 20k power. So, makes for one giant turn. It helps for like decks like Aquaforce, potentially OTT, Royals, even Gold sometimes. Like, it helps to empty your board. You get you get enough soul in this deck because of Hoel. So it's very easy for you to manage your soul. And counterblast isn't that big of an issue because Hoel also unflips. So you have a lot of ways to control your counterblast and your soul. So this is the only deck that can really abuse this card. 1 Dark Knight Grim Recruiter because the mirror matches ass, and this is the best way to just turn 1. Say if you can't block this, I win. Play 3 Origeyser, 2 for Origeyser's own effect and 1 for Doomed. Origeyser's effect, counterblast 1, soul blast 1. Retire 2 rear guards, and I look at the top 2 cards of my deck, reveal them to my opponent. For every great one that's revealed, he gets plus 5k, and then they won't go to my hand.
Subscribers, we need help. This needs to be fixed. This needs to be the secret.
I don't mind.
He minds inside.
Really free card. Doom skill, counterblast 1 flip a copy of the original Origeyser face up, and then I retire 3 rear guards. It's an active ability though, it's the issue. But retire 3 rear guards, then I reveal top 2. For every great one that's revealed, my opponent retires 1 of their rear guards. And then if I have 3 Origeyser face up, he gets a crit. So, really, really free crit. This deck gets a lot of free crits, by the way. 3 Dark Dragon Phantom Blaster Diablo, Counter Blast 1, flip a copy face up. He gets the effect, we can take it into crit first and foremost, and then he gets the effect that when he attacks, I can retire 3 rear guards, and you have to retire 2 rear guards, you can't retire them, you die. You take the crit to the face. It's amazing. 1 of the Shadow Paladin G Guardian, Dark Knight Ludwig. Pretty good actually. When he's placed in the Guardian Circle, I can pick 1 green, 1 less rear guard, and place into Guardian Circle along with him. So he's the only G Guardian from Fighters Collection that can technically guard for more than 20k guard. You can guard for 25 if you have 10k in the background. So if I call this stand trigger for whatever reason and I didn't actually use it, block with it. If I didn't use Creeping Dark Goat, block with it. I can take advantage of these cards and do more with them with this 1 card. 1 Air Element Sea Breeze because GB deck and I'd rather just win the game. And 2 Dismel because I don't like DB.
Alright guys, and that was Stelio Quintos, and that is the deck profile for Shadows.